Hello again.
God.
If anyone forgot.
This is so fucking awkward. I'm gonna go get some food. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Okay.
This is all your
Well,
fault, Max.
Well, he left.
Stupid.
I guess back to the point. I'm Max, guy from the first episode. Never came back. You know, you all remember me. I know. And today Give me a moment.
Ryan,
Give me a
Ryan,
moment to
you
compose
ruined it this
myself.
time. Why did you do that?
Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
This is
Should
the
we continue?
intermission.
Yo,
This
let's
is literally
continue.
the intermission. Okay, you should start over again.
Okay.
Honestly.
Intermission.
Hello, and I guess welcome back to the Late Night VC. I'm Max, the person from the first episode who never came back. Oh, not even first episode, the intro. Sorry. And today we will not be going over the 1891 Ohio car accident. Instead, I don't know what we're going over.
I am
That's
never
up to
letting
Jack.
you do this again.
Horrible.
Today-
It's horrible.
We will be having Ryan, Jimmy, who is currently grabbing food because I took too long to do this intro, Jackson, and McFiddles. I forgot his name.
You make me want to cry. That,
Good.
in my opinion, is really cruel. But even so, I do respect your opinion.
Well, thank you. Thank you, McFiddles.
God, this is
I
hurting
too
my
respect
brain.
your opinion.
Anyway, so what we're going to be doing today is coming up with ideas for making our own SCP, because I thought silly ideas and it would be funny. So
Yeah,
let's
no,
start
it is a
off
very
with-
funny idea. It's gonna go very well. People
This
will
is
laugh.
definitely not going to go horribly. Anyway,
Yeah, no, we're all very creative people here.
the item number. What should the item number be for this particular
I don't know.
SCP?
Just pick a random one. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I'm back.
I wanted to start with the very beginning, so let's just make it the first slot that's open, which is 6971.
59, nice.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
Special
I feel like
content.
there's a lot of
That's
pressure though
almost
to take a
open
69
source.
number. But if you want to, sure.
Further
Like-
than that.
Probably.
Wait, is it really all
I'm
the
too
way up
lazy to look
69
right
now?
now.
'Cause last I checked, it was like 5,000.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I've started a bunch of
Genuinely
open
too
slots.
lazy to
5,000.
look, cause like
Yeah, well, Max, this is podcasting 101. You got to get good at this sort of thing. You got to put in the effort.
did he DM you or
Huh?
something?
What did I need to put in effort for? I didn't do anything.
I was talking to Jackson, Max.
What
Is your name Maxon?
What is
M-
what?
McFiddles, you literally said my name,
You said-
McFiddles.
you said
Oh,
Max,
this is
what?
so much
Gaslighting
worse
type
than the
shit.
last
Some
podcast.
gaslighting going on here. Oh my god,
God.
guys, don't do this
Okay,
at
this
home.
is a lot less
Guys, can you
professional
all
than I
put back
remember.
on track, please? Oh, yeah, sorry.
the Luke's here for
Disembodied-
moral support.
Sorry, disembodied
Sorry,
voice
Mr.
in our
Manager.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mr. Manager. Okay, back to the point.
I'm
What
sorry
number,
for-
boys?
Special. Well, I already put in the number. Special container
Oh.
procedure ideas. Actually, we should do description first. Description
Yeah.
ideas.
So I actually had a fun idea for an SCP that I've been tossing around in my head. It's a jukebox that, if you guys have ever heard the song "You Don't Mess Around with Jim," it's basically a jukebox that'll, if you play that song, a guy named Jim will come to the area and beat people up for the duration of the song. I thought that'd actually be a pretty funny SCP.
Maybe.
Is that not already taken though?
No, I don't think that is. I think it's surprising that there's not a SCP that plays a song, and if you play that song, the person from the song will come and beat you.
I mean,
up.
there probably should actually be like that.
There's
Yeah,
an
no, there's
Yeah.
not
not
an
exactly
SCP like that. It's not an
really
original
low
idea.
SCP that
But
will
Okay,
kill
one
you.
at a time, please.
I think that that SCP would be really funny, especially because like it works off of a really good song, and I'm not a very creative guy, so I thought copying somebody who's more successful than me is a good idea.
For the sake of this episode, can we not worry about if it's taken? Like,
Yeah,
I guess.
no.
You know,
there's
I mean,
over
if the
5,000
episode-
SCPs. Like, you
If
can't
the
get it
episode,
right.
yeah, no, yeah, you can't get something completely original. But like,
Yeah, no.
I think
I
we can
think
go more obscure than that. Well, okay,
More obscure
personally,
than
one of my
that? Okay.
favorite ones is I don't actually remember the number. I'll just tell you. It's a car right? Like an old beaten down car where you get in and it puts you, if you're in the driver's seat, in the mind of this lady from 1991 who's driving her car in like the day before the crash. And when you
Whoa.
get to the crash, it launches you in your driver's seat to the window, and your head just disappears. Like that's it. Like your head hits, it goes away, you lose momentum, you're gone. And the basic idea behind that is there's some weird extra-dimensional being that's fucking stupid and just likes having human heads. And like they caught like at that specific time and like that specific fracture, it ripped her like reality, and they got a head, right? And
Okay.
so it knows, it's like scientific method. It knows that this car gave it a head, so it keeps doing the same thing, like over and over, changing a little bit, like with the car. Like at first, it didn't do all this shit with like putting people in the mind space of it. So he's trying to
Yeah.
recreate the exact thing because it knows that gave it a head like once, you know. So it keeps doing it, and the Foundation keeps testing, so it keeps getting heads.
Hmm.
I like
That-
that one. That's a fun one.
That kind of reminds me of, you guys ever heard of Jasper's Hill? That SCP?
No.
It's kind of like it's like a slasher movie kind of thing where this guy in a car will wait for people to go into a specific forest, which is like an extra dimensional pocket dimension. If you go into the forest, this guy in a car will start hunting you down, and he'll string you up on telephone pole lights, and then he'll sacrifice you to like an eldritch god. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining it because I'm not a very good
It's a lot more
explainer of it.
extreme than Jimmy's
Yeah, no.
example.
But it's the same basic idea. Like, thing in a car does
Yeah.
funny things because it knows that if it does it this way, it'll get what it wants. It either sacrifices or heads. So if we a somewhat intelligent being,
Does somewhat intelligent.
instead of like a body or like an object, then we could work off of that.
The
So do
main
we wanna-
difference I think between the two is this one is like this one thing is obviously powerful in this one, but it's like it's fucking stupid because it
Yeah.
has the power to literally alter people's minds and make them do what the fuck they want if they're in the driver's seat of the car, and yet it's so dumb. It just keeps repeating the same thing. It's worried. It's superstitious. And that's
Yeah.
something that's the aspect of that one that I really like. I forget which number it is. It's like I think is it 20 something? It's like 2076. No, that's not it. I don't know. I can probably find it.
We want an extra dimensional entity, but we want it to be retarded. Is what we're getting
No,
at.
no. I'm just
No,
saying,
he's just saying.
that's an
the
example of like
original.
a twist. Yeah, there's something that's kind of like
Okay.
I've never seen something
Oh.
with that concept before. That's just an example of something that was like obscure. It's
Yeah,
like
so we want. Okay. So we
It
take
doesn't
a
mean we want it, that's an idea.
okay. We take a somewhat funny concept and give it a little twist.
yeah, no.
Okay.
All right. Any
Uh,
ideas? though?
What does anybody have any ideas for us to, workshop?
Not really. Let me think for a minute.
This
gotta
thing
give
is
it time.
hard because we really should have gotten some time to prepare. Well, we had like 3 whole weeks.
I mean,
to
I
prepare for
think
this,
like
so
a
I don't
week
know why
ago
I'm
I had
complaining.
something and I completely forgot what it was. I had an idea, but it wasn't related to what you guys are saying now.
I
But
don't
had an
know,
idea.
but I really want to implement this guy for some reason. This man's
What?
face.
Oh, my. Hold on, wait. I think I know.
I
picture
do
this is.
understand why. I do now too.
It's a horrifying image, honestly. Terrifying deity.
Okay, how about this? It's if you
That's
I
an
don't know.
eldritch god.
yeah.
An eldritch Chinese god.
See, normally, so on like social media, that image will be posted, but to every 1 in 1,000 people, he will smile suddenly and then drag them into his mouth. Bam,
And then
that's it.
he'll do a funny dance.
He'll do a
funny
flip to everyone else who are looking at the image at that current moment.
That kind of reminds me of Scratch and Sniff
Funny
JPEG.
Of what?
It kind of reminds me of Snatch and Scriff.
Oh my God.
Snatch and
Isn't it-
Scriff.
What are you saying?
Scratch and Sniff JPEG. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay, while we're trying to think of things, what about incident reports or the jukebox?
Oh,
Oh.
well, for the jukebox, we could have had like a guy who just sat there and watched his friends like just get beat the shit out of, and when it was gonna come for him, he watched it happen, and he was like,
Oh.
"Oh damn, I'm gonna die," and then the song ended, and he got free.
You need like pro strats to not get the shit beat out of you when the song's playing.
Yeah, basically, for that SCP, it's not about how like intelligent you are. It's about how willing you are to sacrifice your friends to keep alive.
I don't have to be
Oh,
faster
wait.
than a
Can
bear. I have to
Can
be
you not run
faster
away
than
from
you.
him?
But I mean,
I-
Well,
the
you
thing
can
with that
run
is like,
away.
is it just some dude? If it's just like some weird supernatural guy, then you could just run. You could just
Yeah.
leave
Well,
the
yeah,
vicinity.
okay, so what I was assuming was if you're within earshot of the jukebox, like if you can hear it, he can get
He
you.
just teleports spontaneously to your position.
No, he'll like walk into the door and start beating the shit out of people.
Where does it
Like
come
that's
from?
Yeah.
You ever heard the song "You Don't Mess Around with Jim"?
Where does it? Yes. No.
Oh,
No.
well, basically
No.
the premise of that song is that there's this really tough guy who just gets into fights, and then
Yeah, no,
eventually
but
this
where's a guy
Where did
like
he
'cause if,
come
if he's an SCP that's being tested on, it has to be some. He can't just like like I see just teleport in.
Ooh,
That's the reason,
actually-
you know. Like we gotta.
Actually,
I would say
If he
that
just
could be a
teleports in,
fun-
then that's
um,
something, you know.
No,
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
that'd be
wait,
a fun way
I
to,
got an
like,
idea.
mess
I got an
with
idea.
things.
How about he just like, no matter what the conditions, will walk through a door. Now,
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. He
yeah,
just
that's
walks.
what I was
He
thinking
just walks
too.
in.
No matter what the conditions, he will walk through a door. If a door is not there, then
He'll make one.
no.
Alright, If a door's not there, then what he could do is find like the nearest door-like
no.
apparatus and just enter through that.
People, okay, well, depending on the situation, if the door is not there, like you're in an SCP facility, you're in the box, right?
Yeah.
Power
in
goes out
the
for a
box.
second. Power comes back on. He's there. I don't know.
Uh,
I feel like
well, I mean,
that might be a bit too.
it'd be a bit hard to contain something without a door.
No, Warden.
Yeah.
No, so
Well,
the
yeah,
SCP
how are
Foundation.
How are
They-
you gonna?
Ooh,
how are
actually,
you
no,
gonna
that's
They don't,
test
even
they don't
better.
necessarily need to test unless it could be useful, right?
Yeah.
There's a
Well,
the
I
whole
mean,
thing. The
don't
whole
they-
reason the safe classification exists is because you can just lock it in a room and it's neutralized. They do a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
How about it locks onto the nearest door? That
No,
way they have to.
you have to be within earshot of the jukebox, otherwise it just doesn't work. And
Yeah.
also, there should okay. So the
If
way
we
I
make it,
pictured it,
Jackson, classify it as safe because it's a very safe.
yeah, it's a
very
very,
Yeah.
it's a very
Alright.
safe entity.
It's somewhat self-contained. I don't know.
Or-
if you have the
much like the
Or
traffic
if
signs
we
that like
if
rip
we
people
want to
apart.
make it like Euclid or something, we could say
What is
you
traffic
can't let it be near any like internet or like iPods or anything because it could latch onto the internet, and if you play that song, there's a chance of just Jim coming up and beating the hell out of your family.
Oh, okay. Are you so
Okay.
it's not just like
Is it the song
Okay.
itself or is it the jukebox?
That is
yeah,
a good,
that's the
okay. I think
question.
okay. So how about we make it? It's not necessarily the jukebox, but it's something infecting the jukeboxes, right? Or like a
Mhm.
specific company making the jukeboxes.
Mm,
Like
Interesting.
you know, Anderson, like your Anderson Robotics or something.
Yeah.
So,
not shut down, but,
I don't know if
maybe.
any of y'all know about this SAP, but
Seems
there's
like-
like a bed. There's like a bed SAP, and if any, so say there's an infected bed, right? And if
Infected
any
bed.
bed anywhere, no matter what the conditions, is within like 50 meters or so, right? It'll become infected too. Do we want to have a situation like that?
Well, what I
Or
think it
no.
should be is if it's any jukebox built in a specific way by a specific company, like Anderson Robotics or the Factory or something like that, then it can spread the infection, but there has to be a patient zero for that sort of thing. So I think that the
Mhm.
original should be made by one of the previously established power in
It
the
seems
SCP
more like
universe.
an Are We Cool Yet thing than a factory thing.
It does kind of seem more like an Are We Cool Yet thing, actually.
What's an Are We Cool Yet? Do you mean
Are
like
we
One of
cool
the
yet? Or like a
organizations.
bunch of anomalous artists who just want to be cool, so they make all this anomalous art because they think it'll make them cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like there's just a lot of like smaller little groups in the SCP like universe.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun ones. Like, Are We Cool Yet is probably one of my favorites because they're just funny. They don't really do anything terribly malicious.
Haha,
they're just like-
dismemberment. So funny. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
you know,
about-
you never dismembered your friends as a fun prank. You never just walked into your friend's house
Well,
and
Will,
took off
Will,
his
quick
limbs while he
reminder,
was
we are on
sleeping.
podcast. You may not
Yeah.
want to admit
We
that
said
you
worse
did
Jimmy-
stuff last
yeah.
podcast. You weren't
Yeah,
there.
Jimmy
Yeah,
said the
fuck
fuck word
yeah.
at least like 30 times this
What?
episode. Jackson's
No
gonna have to
way.
censor all of
I
it.
have said it like 4 or 5 times.
No, you said it so many. You said it like 85
Have I?
times this
Really?
entire episode. It makes me
Shut
very
up.
sad. You said it
This is
like
some
5
gaslighting
billion
type stuff.
times.
My brain is melting.
Jimmy,
I'm
you've said it
losing
so many times
track
that
of
it like
reality.
Are we really supposed to trust somebody with this profile picture?
Jimmy, you've literally said it so many times that Big Jimbus is gonna cry.
God, this is such a tangent. Anyway,
What do you mean it's a tangent? This is a great episode. The more
love
tangents
this
we have, the
episode.
more
I'd say
One of my
fun.
favorite ones
tangents
so
are
far.
kind of like
It's
Tangents
kind
are
of a
the
podcast
blood of
thing.
Yeah.
podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you don't have tangents, then how are you gonna make a good podcast?
yeah. 'Cause you're just always on topic,
Fair
and
enough.
that's just a
This
video.
just was really out
Yeah,
there
it's
and
just like a
confusing.
boring video, like a funny video essay, if you will. But with a tangent, it's like, oh, these fun lads, they were talking about making an SCP, and now they're dismembering their friends for a funny Christmas gift.
For a
What will
family
these-
gathering.
What will these devious rascals do next? What will these rapscallions do?
I have not been paying attention. Is that an issue? I don't think I've had to, right? Nothing
What?
important. Nothing of value is happening right now, right?
Yeah,
From what I
okay.
can tell.
You act like
and
I'm
nothing
not
of value is
spitting
lost.
I feel so offended. You guys are gonna make Big Jimbus cry.
Big Jimbus cry.
Are you like these Pringles or
Guys,
something?
don't make Will cry. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Big
Sorry,
Jimbus
Mr.
is gonna
Manager.
cry.
I don't know what Luke's
Luke.
doing, but I'm glad he's here.
Yeah,
Luke, are you-
he's here to keep us on track
You're gonna
occasionally.
be the podcast with me. He wants me to be the star, even though I'm barely talking.
He is the
Luke.
podcast, the soul of the podcast.
He's
If
the
he's
heart and
not
soul.
here, the
He's guiding
podcast
us
will
along.
crumble. If Luke
the
has to
guiding
be at
hand.
least be present for every
He's guiding
episode,
his
otherwise
along-
the
his-
podcast will
Us
fail.
along through his code.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about
He's the only reason people like us on the internet.
Sure. Yeah.
I was just gonna say this is my
Okay,
introduction
okay.
to the
Except
film,
for
but
Will,
I
Will,
ended up
Will,
doing,
I
like,
think
a
it's
video or
because
two
I
ages
haven't
ago.
been
Not on
here
this
that you
channel,
haven't
though.
been liked. Okay, Will.
That's true. That's
You see, you
true.
just admitted it.
This will
You
be
can
the
take it back
most successful podcast episode simply because Max exists.
now. I
Yeah,
exist, bro.
Max is
That
gonna
sounds
be
right.
here, dude. What's our most
Are
viewed
we in,
video?
like,
That's
okay,
right, podcast
okay.
0.
I'm gonna
I
go on a
wasn't
quick-
there. Max was there. It was a great episode.
I'm gonna go on a quick side tangent real quick.
Yeah.
How many
No
episodes
side
are out
tangent.
right now?
How many episodes are out?
Two? 2.
Yeah,
Wait.
2,
Oh.
not counting 0.
Oh wait, only 2?
Yeah,
we
only
have the
2.
CP episode and
Oh.
the movies episode.
This will be the
Oh,
third.
I thought I
Yeah.
heard 12. I was like, are you guys on season 2 already of the podcast?
Yeah,
Have
no,
I only committed for season 2?
great. Dude,
That's
we
not
are
how
the most
seasons work.
splendiferous
yeah, I
I mean,
podcasters
seasons
ever.
are as long as you want to be.
Well,
We can
yeah,
make
but usually they're
episodes.
like
You
yearly,
could always
right?
decide whatever. Yeah, but
Yeah.
they
I
tend
don't know, like,
Okay,
what
If
is
there's
it?
a major change, then I'll do a season. But like,
Mhm.
by
Yeah,
10
like,
makes no sense.
If
to
one
me.
of us suddenly gets
Depends, yeah,
cancer,
that's not
it'll be the ending season of the podcast. All right, which one of us is getting cancer?
not it.
No.
Okay.
Not it.
Not it. Oh damn it! I
Okay.
guess I'm getting cancer then.
Walter White, no.
I'm gonna go make some
Oh.
methamphetamines.
But wait, what about Luke? Luke didn't.
Oh well, Luke
Luke's the
isn't
soul of the
here.
podcast. He
Luke's-
can't get
yeah,
cancer.
Yeah, he's not. He's
Yeah.
not a
He
physical
doesn't have
being.
He has plot armor.
he doesn't
He
have a
has
physical
plot armor.
body to get cancer in the first place. Luke doesn't get cancer. He gets space cancer. It's different.
What about
I'm
like?
not even gonna ask. Don't even ask.
What about an
Oh, you never heard of
SCP that's
space cancer?
like? It's
I'm
like
not
a
even
that's what
comedian
this episode's about.
that tells a joke, and if you don't laugh, he like goes into rage mode and kills everyone in like a 3
He
minute
goes into
Sounds
ra-
like-
he goes into rage
Oh,
mode and
God.
flaps his hands.
Well, what's the one that I'm thinking of? There's an SCP that was like that, but it was like fruit or something, and it would just like throw tomatoes at you at high velocity or something if you made an unfunny
Oh
joke.
yeah, I remember that
Yeah.
one.
Oh, that's so
That's a
nice.
funny
That's a
one.
really good one.
There's some funny SCPs. Like there's a Nazi bunker that's in an old woman's nose. There's like there's you guys don't, it's like an old bunker that you can only access through an old woman's nose. You have to crawl in there. It's really
You
gross.
find this stuff.
I
don't-
mentioned it earlier, but I really like the traffic signs where it's just some city council, like if a city got all their traffic signs vandalized, so they just like made ones that were anomalous and just like fuck with people. Like the stop sign would just like you would just look at it and just stop in place until you starve, unless somebody
Oh.
got you out of it.
Reminds
Or like
me of
there's
that reminds me of
was
the
like a
law of
yield
the
one
land
or
one
something.
where you literally could not break a law there was a city where you couldn't break a law. So if a guy passed a law, you just had to follow it. Like your brain wouldn't let you do it. Like you couldn't speed. You couldn't.
Could you make
leave-
dying illegal?
Well, no, I don't think that's what he made leaving the town illegal, and you couldn't do that. He made calling outside of the town illegal. He made being he made being unemployed illegal.
He didn't ask if it
Uh,
happened. He asked if it could happen.
I
Being
guess,
unhappy is illegal. That could
Well,
that could be.
I think he did something where he was like, he just kind of, I don't know. He basically destroyed the town by counter. He basically said that you have certain people have to leave, but he also made it illegal to leave. So the town basically did the math, or just basically divided by 0 and couldn't work anymore.
Error.
Black.
That's not a
Yeah,
very good
It's
description,
pretty
but
interesting.
I like the
No.
I'm going back to the stop sign to that one. It's like 8 different signs, and my favorite one is the 50 file mile per hour one because it just like it's literally it's unknowable what it does, but based on everything I've studied, it just reduces the speed of light in the vicinity to 55 miles an hour.
What the what? That's
Exactly.
so weird.
It breaks all of fucking reality, and they can't even say for certain that's what it does, but based off the assumption of the other ones, that's what it does. So it's just hell. It just is like that.
Hell.
Let's see. That's an
Can't say
interesting.
that word.
There are really there's some people
It's not
are
a
really
swear
creative.
word,
Like that makes me
Ryan.
happy.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say heck though. Heck's illegal.
Yeah, heck's illegal. Don't
we're
say
going on side tangents of side tangents.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
damn.
that.
Sure.
Side
Yes.
This
The
is great.
podcast.
No,
So-
this is a good thing. This is a good thing.
Welcome to the late night VC podcast. We don't know how the hell to start our episodes or finish them. We don't even know what's in the
Wait,
middle.
the interstate highway system's actually
It's not
good?
even late. It's just called
the-
that.
this
We're
point.
actually doing this at 2 in the morning, or at 8 in the
Yeah,
morning.
2 in the morning, yes.
We're
doing
doing
that.
this
in the
reason-
morning.
We're doing this. Welcome to the reasonably timed VC podcast.
Yeah, 2 a.m. in the morning is reasonably.
That should be. We are the SCP. We are the anomaly.
I
Anyone
mean,
who
yeah,
listens
dude.
to
No, the
podcast
anomaly
will not
is
be able to
high.
sleep for that night.
It's,
The anomaly is a Discord server.
if you watch
No.
this podcast, you will die in 3 seconds.
If you
Yeah.
listen
Your
to this
voice fits your
podcast, you're
profile
giving
so
us
well. I
money.
don't know why.
When you close your eyes, all you will see is my profile picture for the rest of your life.
That's a fate worse than Jeff.
All you'll see is non-Euclidean geometry.
Wow.
That's
Dude,
it.
I
That's
wish-
the rest of your life.
Okay, what if we
Okay.
had an SCP, and I'm just gonna come up with a name, and I want you all to come up with what you think this SCP would be. The SCP is called A Fate Worse Than Jeff. I want you to figure out what that is.
So
Create
there's
an-
this, there's this. Hmm.
Uh,
Well, we have to incorporate a character named Jeff, do we not?
yeah,
Else it would
Yeah,
be, like,
we
very
kinda
odd.
do. Or else
Yeah,
the name
I've
will be
given you a
very
cr-
stupid.
I've given
You've
you
given
a
us a
creative
prompt.
writing
You've given us a
exercise.
prompt. Okay, so.
Fate worse than Jeff.
A fate worse than Jeff. What is a fate worse than Jeff? What could
I
possibly?
don't know
worse
how
be
he would
worse than
work.
being named
I don't know
Jeff?
how he would
Okay.
work, but I think Jeff would be like a guy who like forces somehow anonymously, not anonymously, whatever it is, forces you to listen to him talk about the most boring things over and over and over again until you die. Until
That
you
would
die.
be pretty funny actually.
Like
I think
he'll
He'll just
He'll-
talk about how he's
it-
planting
it's-
some rutabagas in his farm,
it's
and you're
also
like,
a
no,
lot of the
I'm
time-
not.
a lot of the
Jeff,
time
please.
it's not even like an actual conversation. It's just like small talk. Like the weather's pretty nice today.
Well,
Then
it's
just
pretty-
like 5
that's
minutes
all
of
he
silence.
says.
No, 5 minutes of silence. But then halfway through, let's say like 5 days through, he will not stop talking.
About how
Because
the weather
so the
is
first
nice.
like the first 5 days, you're like, okay, this sucks. I want to talk to someone, and then he will not stop talking until you die. I don't know.
okay.
I don't know. That's
have an
my
idea
basic idea. It could be
for
refined,
it.
but
So
okay,
like,
present your idea.
Jeff is like this businessman guy that sells like I don't know like dolls or something, and then like he tries to pitch his idea to people, and when they say no, they become the product that he sells, and tries to pitch to the other
Ooh.
people.
That's a good one. That's a good
That's actually really good. But what exactly happens when they accept and when they become the
Yeah,
product?
what-
Are they
what
still
does-
wait? Are they still conscious as the product?
How about
can you tell?
Since the SCP Foundation would have tested this, people when they accept become Jeff.
They become.
It
It's just a
multiplies
never-
Jeff.
Oh,
never
okay.
ending cycle
So
of Jeff.
so how about they disintegrate? Like no, the old Jeff disintegrates, and
There
they
can
like
only be-
over the course of let's say 7 days, their body starts slowly morphing into Jeff's body.
That reminds me of how in World of Warcraft there must always be a Lich King. There must always be a Jeff.
The Jeff.
All right, Jimmy, what is
Yeah,
a
if-
fate worse than Jeff?
Oh wait,
to
wait,
you,
wait, wait.
Jimmy?
Actually, yeah. What happens if a Jeff is killed?
Oh, the
Hmm.
killer becomes Jeff.
Ooh,
The
yes.
killer
Okay, that's good.
becomes Jeff. You
Dude,
can't
you know how you-
escape Jeff.
You
The
can't.
fact
You
that his name
can't.
is Jeff reminds me of some like pretty like just of what is it called? All the creepypasta shit ages ago.
Yeah,
That's all it
Jeff
reminds
the
me
Killer.
of.
Okay, now I think he should have a brother named Jeff the Kill.
Jeff
And
the Slain.
if Jeff the Slain.
Jeff the Slain.
I am Jeff the Slain.
And I'm gonna slay.
God.
I don't know.
Jeff the Slain. That sounds like a shitty Dark Souls boss.
It is.
Jeff the Slain. Dude, Jeff the Slain. All right, new SCP. Who is Jeff the Slain? What is his story? What is his tale?
Jeff the Slain.
He's some random ass guy. He just got capped. You know, he just walking on the street, got shot. Just
He
alive
got
now.
shot
That's it.
and he's alive. He just didn't die.
Yeah, he's just the Slain. Like that's it. He doesn't
He-
even
he,
go by.
like,
He
his
doesn't just
body
go by
is
Jeff,
dead,
but
but
the
he's still
researchers give him a little
alive. I don't know.
nickname.
I
fucking
think
with
that
him.
biologically being dead, but then still being alive, is a pretty basic concept. But we could work with it.
Yeah.
Like that could legitimately be a
The
fun
4
SCP.
variants of Jeff, the one that like forces you to
The one
become
where you
Jeff.
are.
Dude, what if we
Jeff
make
that
this
won't
like
die.
what if we make this like a 48012 scenario where it's 3 different or like a couple different instances of an SCP, but they're all connected to like an interlocking tale. So like we
Yeah.
have Jeff the Slain, Jeff the or sorry, a fate worse than Jeff, and Jeff the Kill.
Brothers.
Like we could legitimately
The
make
brothers
this like
Jeff.
The
the
Jeff
brothers
brothers.
Jeff.
The brothers
No,
Jeff,
please.
yes.
Please, I beg of you to call this the brothers Jeff.
The brothers Jeff.
This sucks.
I don't know what you're. Jimmy, you have no taste in awesome things. Jimmy, you probably aren't subscribed to channel.
Why does this suck, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I think it's self-explanatory.
I don't get it.
Indeed. I don't get it.
I'll get it.
It's
I don't get it.
it's his face.
I think
Easy, guys.
the brothers Jeff is a pretty good idea.
Brothers Jeff is a pretty
Fun.
funny idea. I
Funny.
chuckle, I laugh. This makes me legitimately happy that we've come up with the brothers Jeff.
Every time you say it, I
Bit
think of the Brothers
300.
Grimm.
Yeah, no, that's what
They're
it's.
mixing-
That's what it is.
Okay.
If
I-
there was an SCP called Lejucus, what do you think it would be?
That sucks a lot.
Either-
Wait, what's the
it'd
name?
be-
No,
it'd be
I
a
don't wanna
really
do this.
old- It'd be a really old
No,
haunted
we
Minecraft
gotta
account.
make this. We gotta make the brothers
That's
Jeff
it.
before we can make Lejucus. You know how they say you gotta walk before you can run. You gotta
You gotta
gotta
brothers
go
Lejucus
full on
before you can
sprint.
Jeff.
I am Jeff, Slayer of Jeff, son of Jeff, brother to Jeff.
Creator of Jeff? That would be
Grandfather
Jeff.
of...
all the Jeffs just say it at the same time.
Or,
Like, no, there is a dedicated Jeff in the facility dedicated to writing his own SCP files on the other
Dude,
ones.
that would be a really fun SCP.
The all-knowing Jeff.
The
30 minutes
all-knowing
in,
Jeff.
Intermission.
I am the all-knowing. I am
I
Jeff,
am
the
God
all-seeing.
Jeff.
The all-seeing Jeff.
I am ascended Jeff.
If anyone else tries to write a document on them,
Punish Jeff.
they will be They will like spontaneously combust.
If
and die.
anybody except for all-seeing
Jeff
Jeff
Anati.
tries to make an edit to the Jeff SCP document, they die.
It's the
God.
Jeff and Nani. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so if we make it containment procedures, the SCP document for SCP number must be handled by researcher blank, codename the Jeff the All-Seeing or the All-Knowing Jeff.
The alpha Jeff.
Alpha. No, I think Jeff the All-Seeing is a little bit funnier. Alpha Jeff would be the first one.
Maybe a call
6971-1.
sign, not a Like code
Yeah.
name. Because that's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
what's
dude.
another prompt?
What's another prompt?
Just a
Another
name that
prompt?
we can build off of.
Okay. Well, obviously, we've already Jeff the All-Seeing. I don't think we can top a fate worse than Jeff at this point.
I don't know. We
I
can
don't think so
try.
either.
That
We
was
can
that
try.
should,
Totally
well,
can.
Okay,
hold
but
on.
we should have like
Wait,
incident.
Hold on,
Well,
we're 30 minutes in, right? We should probably go to intermission before we do that, so the
Yeah,
the
sure.
fine audience can get a we've wet their palates with the fate worse than Jeff. We kind of have to let them.
We should
Cool
have a
off, you
fan.
know?
We should have
Yeah,
Fanta.
okay.
That's,
We're
that's the
gonna
name.
go to intermission. I
Yep.
don't know what this one's intermission's gonna be, but we'll figure it out. See you in
It's a special
10
magical
minutes.
time.
Bye. All right. Okay, we're back.
All right.
The name is
Yes,
just going to be
That
OM.
was such a good app. That was so good.
The
Wait,
name
are we
should
done?
just be
That
OM.
Alright,
was the
I-
best
I
10
once
minutes of my
again-
life.
okay.
A fate worse than Jeffree Star.
Are we on intermission now?
Jeffree
Yeah, no, we're on
Star. No,
Okay.
that's not how that works.
Yeah, we're on
Wait, just trying to
intermission.
be on intermission. My dog barking.
That's not. I can't hear it, and that's not how intermission works.
Oh.
I just.
Oh wait, is
cut
it not
the
us?
footage
Did
in
you,
between.
you're used to
I'm
recording?
looking up wacky
We aren't doing the
names
intermission
right now
now,
to try to find
Max.
some stupid names.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
I just see that some people are called I am.
I don't know what you're talking about, Ryan, but all
I'm
right.
looking up names to find some weird thing to put in.
Okay, I got a good
Then
name.
21 people were
What's
named
the
I
title?
am.
Tell us when we're going back to the podcast, and
We are
I'll-
already back to the podcast. I was just.
Welcome back to the Late Night
Okay,
VC
I was-
podcast. How you guys
We should-
doing?
welcome
should-
back. We were paying attention.
Yeah, we're professional podcasters. We do this for a job.
Yeah,
we get
we do.
paid.
Oh,
This-
yeah.
By the way, this episode is sponsored by
I get
Raid
paid
Shadow
cookies.
Legends. Download it right now, or I'll kill you.
Not actually sponsored.
William, please
No,
note,
we're s-
Will will not
100%.
kill you.
I will.
This
I'll
is-
do
this is-
it.
No,
I
no.
have a
we
gun.
won't make-
I
we
have
won't
a
make-
gun.
we don't
I
make
have a gun.
podcast.
That
No.
should
Going
be.
to-
I have a
Do
gun
not
should be
threaten
the
the
title of the
audience, Will.
SCP.
Do not scare
I
the
have.
audience.
I'm
I
going to
have
Jeff
a
to
gun.
kill you. I'm going to Jeff to kill you if you don't download the sponsor of today's video, Raid
Yeah,
Shadow.
you know what? We'll turn you into a Jeff SCP if you do not.
That would be a fate worse than Jeff.
Okay, no.
Alright, now that we're done being idiots, I have a great
Also,
SCP
Ryan,
name.
did you-
I want Jimmy to go first on this one. I feel like Jimmy would be good for this one. Jimmy. The SCP is called I Stubbed My Toe. Go.
I don't have the brain power to tackle I stubbed my toe.
I stubbed
What
my
is-
toe.
Okay, so I have an
No,
idea.
No, Max, it's Jimmy's turn.
Dang it.
God, you're just putting on the
Stubbed my
spot, aren't
toe.
you?
Yeah, sorry, I can't say swears. Get dunked on, Jimmy.
Get nated.
Get nay-nayed. Get roped.
There you go. There you go.
No.
The name is I stubbed my toe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so.
I don't know.
That's
That's
kinda
like-
I can
That's
work
like-
with it. It's not that hard to
You
I
do.
know.
can.
I mean, it wouldn't be
It's
hard to
just-
just make something. I mean, I could just like give a passable answer.
Give
Yeah,
a
uh,
5 sentence.
give us-
just
give
give
us
us
a
like a real
pass.
quick description.
Real quick description. It's just like a nightstand, and it's just you pass by it. You can't like physically get within like I don't know, half a foot of it without your foot just spontaneously kicking the shit out of the thing and stubbing your toe. And it only ever stubs one toe, just one.
That
Right,
reminds me of this. That reminds me of this duct tape that wouldn't rip, and people would like attack it with scissors and start swearing at it because they couldn't tear off the tape, and they would like. It was a joke, SCP, but they would like violently swear at this roll of duct tape because they couldn't get it to work. And like they would throw grenades and shit at it, and it would just like the tape would be unharmed, and it would just be the most annoying thing on the planet.
Back to the nightstand thing.
Yeah, okay.
You all have watched Amazing World of Gumball. In one of the episodes, there's like a
I have
table.
not actually watched Amazing World of Gumball.
Okay,
That's sin.
well, you are
Not
now
cultured.
not my favorite person, Will.
Oh damn, dude.
Sorry to disappoint.
Damn, I'm so sorry, Max.
Anyways, like,
Please forgive me my unforgivable
No, let me
transgression
finish.
for
I'll
not having
forgive you
seen
if you let me
children's
finish, Will.
cartoon. Amazing
Will,
World
if
of
you
Forgive
Gumball.
my
Will, if you let me
unforgivable
finish, I will forgive you.
transgression.
Okay, but basically in the episode, Gumball tries to walk by a table, but no matter what he does, the table like goes in front of him and stuff. Which is pretty much the same thing you're saying, Jimmy. I just think it'd be better if it moved
The
and
Gumball
stubbed into you.
SCP.
The
It stubs
Gumball
into you.
SCP. What is this episode gonna be called? Is it gonna be called the Gumball SCP or the Brothers Jeff?
We'll figure it out after we're done.
That's true. That's true.
What about an SCP called Deck the Halls and Show Your Balls?
I really hate that. That's
That
Yeah,
would-
okay.
You know what?
I think
Okay.
Well,
Okay, Jackson, make that SCP.
No.
Alright.
Yeah,
No.
you know what?
you're
You know what?
now.
So
You're
so
on
so
fire
on the
to do
wall,
it.
there's just painted there, Deck the Halls and Show Your Balls, and like if you just walk past, you fucking die. If you show your balls, you live. That's it. That's the SCP.
I was gonna say
Yes.
like if you walk by, nothing happens, but if you show them, a door to heaven opens.
It's a
Door
get
to-
into heaven free card.
Dude, you get to go to Christmas Land for free.
You meet Santa
Santa
Claus by
Claus.
showing him your fucking balls.
You show Santa your
that's-
dick and nuts, and he's like, "Damn, dude, nice
Your
package."
dick and nuts.
Dick and nuts. God.
That doesn't.
Dick and nuts. Dick and nuts. All right.
Okay. Okay. Right. When do you guys give me an SCP? Because I've been giving you guys SCPs and then not contributing to the
Alright,
conversation at all.
What about hooked on a
Calcium
feeling.
removed.
Calcium removed. I can work with that.
Calcium, sure, calcium removed.
Okay, so calcium removed is of course everybody's favorite soft drink.
Milk.
But if you drink it, all of the calcium in your body goes to the factory of the soda, and where they make a funny, a commemorative statue that you have to eat in order to get your skeleton back.
What the hell does that mean?
Oh, but you can't eat, so someone else has to basically do all the actions
You
for
have
you.
to eat a
Yeah.
statue to get your bones back.
You have to get flied in by a helicopter,
Yeah, no,
and
no. So
then
what
they
happens?
eat for you.
No, you still have like your teeth and your marrow and stuff. You just don't have the calcium. So you.
But you don't have bones.
You
You're,
basically
you
have
can't
jelly
walk.
bones. You
You're
have
just
jelly
a
bones.
puddle of
walk.
mush without bones anymore.
Yeah, dude, you have no structure. You'd fall down instantly.
You're
And,
just
like,
a
you wouldn't
bag
be
of
able to
skin.
Like, yeah, you
But,
wouldn't be able to move.
Okay, I know I've said this a lot. that
Okay, you
episode,
might be
but
able to
that
move like a slug because you
but
do
a
have
bag of
muscles.
skin is truly a favorite.
Like a
Jeff.
slug. Keep in mind, your
Yeah, you can
skeleton
only
also
move
keeps
like a
the
slug.
shape of your body as well. Your skin
Yeah,
is
it's-
flexible enough for it to just become like a blob.
Oh. It is
Yeah,
or
you
isn't?
just kind of sit there and
Skin's
you're like,
very flexible.
I wish I was
I
dead.
thought so.
When will somebody give me my calcium drink back?
Somebody
You also have
just
36
pours
hours before
fucking
your stomach
calcium on your
explodes.
bloody
Milk.
like
I
pile.
regret drinking. I regret drinking calcium removed, the popular soda drink directed towards children.
The
It,
calcium.
I don't know.
The calcium.
I think this
Couldn't handle the
be a
calcium.
genuinely like a genuinely somewhat unnerving SCP if you like target it towards kids so that you just have a bunch of kids with no bones.
Yes, I don't think it being called calcium removed. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that alone is not going to make this a creepy SCP. But if you direct it towards kids, everybody
You could
America's
do.
favorite pastime, then it becomes a problem.
America's
so-
favorite pastime, kids. Genius. Wow.
What?
Okay. Anyways,
Sounds
you
accurate.
did it. Okay, so you know like the got milk ads, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you should do it like as a
Haha, I
like.
have your calcium. I have it right here. Come get it, coward.
What? That's not what happens in the ads at all. But
You're-
you know what?
You're just yelling at a fucking pile of flesh and skin. Just you come get your calcium, coward.
Oh yeah, one of them like, yeah, like you.
I've stolen the calcium from his bones, Jim. I've done it. I'm Jim from The Office. I stole Dwight's bones.
Oh wait, I have a question. What if you eat someone else's bones? So like,
Then you
they.
get their skeleton, dude.
Okay, so but what if you're okay?
If their bones are too big for your skin, then your skin rips and it becomes you become a horrifying monster.
But do you live? Is the question.
It's like
Well,
those
I don't think you can
Montreal
live with just skin and no bones.
I meant like, well, yeah, obviously.
You can
But
make
like, this
all
is all
skin and no
theoretical
bones.
anyway. This is
I
all
think that
theoretical, anyways. So you could say that they live with like just a like, I don't know, a part of their
think you'd,
torso
like,
just like poking out.
Live for a short time, but you probably would die eventually. Not having any
Yeah,
bones.
no, you. Yeah, well, no. I think what would happen is if you ate somebody else's skeleton as well, like your
Hey,
skeletal
Jimmy.
structure would be all weird, so
What?
you'd probably die
you-
like a very
I
painful
have a
death.
request
Yeah.
for a video that like I think relates to this. What's it called?
I'm
this SCP
scared.
that's
I'm
coming up.
scared. Everything Max has said has been cursed.
So can you real quickly just post this video and not say what it is until you post it? I think it'd be very good. I think it's
I
very
can't watch a
relatable. to
video
what we're
because
talking.
I'm recording.
Okay. We'll send it to you.
I don't like this.
Let me know when you find it, Jimmy, because I'm sure you have it saved. I cannot believe you would not have it saved.
1 second. Which one?
I found the calcium video.
Whatever
yeah,
one
you
you
just-
find the most funny.
I could find that probably, but it's like buried in my computer.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Like I posted bowling earlier. That's probably one of my favorite videos of all time. It's a good one.
Well, while we're doing that, let's continue talking, I guess.
Okay, so
Do we want to stay with the calcium removed?
I think we fleshed out calcium removed. No pun intended.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
Jimmy, give us an SCP. Give us a sentence.
A sentence?
Give us
Yeah.
a
Yeah, we're putting you on the spot. You gotta
give us
multitask.
give us a concept to work with.
Give us a concept.
Or just give us an SCP title and we'll work off of that.
Title. Tapeworms from Mars.
Tapeworms from Mars.
Okay. That's
Going
Wait,
back
are
to some
these
classic.
actual-
I
Are these
I'm finding that to be a little bit difficult. I don't know, cause
I mean,
I like.
it sounds like it would be an easy thing. It's just like tapeworms from Mars, but like, what do they do? How do they work? They're so alien to us that we can't figure them out.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think it's a bit cliche to say they arrive via asteroids. So how would they arrive? Let's say that.
Dude, what if an alien took a massive pooper in our galaxy?
Gosh.
They're already on Mars. They don't need to do it in the galaxy.
What if
Nor are
what if-
they going to have them do it on Earth. No.
What if an alien dropped the fattest of logs on our planet?
No, I already said. Okay.
Like,
Sure.
I think that'd be a pretty fun SCP. Just like the concept of an alien basically using our
Okay.
our
How about
planet
this?
as like a gas station bathroom and just taking a massive poop.
Okay. How about this? How about this? There's this thing called a space pterodactyl, right?
for us to work with.
No. But what would be taking the poop? It would have to be like a space pterodactyl or something. So like.
No, it's Jeff. He's come back.
Shut up.
Jeff took a massive
Shut up!
space. Jeff took a massive space pooper and he left his space tapeworms from Mars. He's a horrifying deity, dude.
Okay. I think we should move on to a different topic.
No,
We'll
okay,
have-
okay.
You've corrupted this one.
I've corrupted space tapeworms from Mars.
What
I don't think it's
about the
possible for me to
name-
corrupt. Oh wait, yeah, sorry. What name do you have, Jackson?
Dang, this is difficult.
Uh,
Hmm.
The name Jeremy Shitman.
Why? I'm not making
What?
up the SCP.
Will.
That'd be really funny.
We're on a podcast, Will.
Yeah, I can say it. You'll just censor it. Nobody will know what I said.
It takes so long. I have to do it anyway. Whatever.
Hey, I have an idea.
What?
So,
Yeah.
I know you know how like some like SCPs are I think some of them are just like normal objects that are actually SCPs. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure there are.
Yeah,
What do you
like
mean?
the
What do you mean?
ball
Some of the
is just
some of the
a normal
SCPs are just
ball.
normal objects that are actually abnormal objects. What do you
Yeah.
mean, Max?
Okay, so
There's an oxymoron, Max.
Yeah, some of the objects are normal
Okay,
objects.
well,
except
let me-
for
Some of
the
them
let
are
me-
not
they're
normal
actually
normal
abnormal.
objects.
let me present my idea
Okay, what's your idea?
to
Max?
you, Will. To you, Will.
Okay,
This is
to
my
me.
prompt.
To me.
Revolving doors.
Revolving doors?
Revolving
They're
Go.
doors that are actually barrels of a revolver. If you go into them, it shoots you out of a giant space cannon.
It says it's like Russian
That's
roulette.
so
So you step
good.
in, you step into one
That's
of the
good, I like
chambers,
that.
and one person
really
has to
good.
die, no matter what. It will not stop spinning until well,
Undead.
how do they? I feel like they should have a little bit of influence on how they do it, though.
No,
Should it be
no,
like
It's
who-
done.
Is it
You said
whoever
it's like Russian
pushes
roulette, right?
fastest? Well, yeah, that's true.
So it's just like a random thing. You can't. It's like,
Okay, they can't leave until let's say 4 people
well,
step
no,
into the
okay.
thing.
I think it should
the
be. I
chamber.
think instead of one of them dying, one of them should be shot out of the cannon, like they're the actual bullet, right?
Hmm?
One of them
Oh!
yeah, like.
Oh,
that
that's
should just
interesting.
happen to them. It'd be an interesting concept.
They get transformed into a bullet and then shot.
Oh
It's just
yeah.
enter the dungeon, but with actual people.
I think that's not too bad.
All the
Surprisingly-
guns
Yeah, that's-
in
that
That
That's
actually
fun.
wasn't. That actually wasn't that bad.
That wasn't awful horrible. We actually did
Oh my
it.
gosh! Like, how many tries have we had now? Like 10?
I mean, I still think we can't top a fate worse than Jeff. That was the best one.
Okay, that
mainly
was-
because it was my idea, and I'm a very vain person.
Okay, well. Mhm.
Right? So, get that out of the podcast.
no, put that in as the
No,
only
put that
intermission.
in.
It's the 3-second intermission of just that.
That's the 30-second intermission of just my brother saying "Good morning, Vietnam." I'm so
Wait, no,
sorry.
that should be the
Good
intro.
morning,
That should be the
Vietnam.
That would
intro.
be a pretty funny intro, honestly.
Ah, that's so good. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, we need another idea. Do we? I mean, we've already made a couple of SCPs. Do we
No,
want
Yeah,
to?
we-
keep
we
going.
made
Go off
some
on
good
a-
SCPs.
We'll come up with a couple ideas. You haven't actually made any necessarily.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Well,
but are
this
we
isn't
gonna actually
really
submit
about
these?
making
Are we gonna
them, 'cause
submit
we'd have
any
to
of
do
these?
a lot more critical thinking.
Yeah, I
to-
don't think. I don't
and
think.
like editing and drafting and shit like that.
You wanna
Like,
just build
writing
off
is
of
hard,
the best
dude.
one?
You guys think being a doctor is hard. Try being an author. You have to actually people actually care about what you do.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Next time I go to the doctor's fucking office,
Yeah.
he's gonna kill me.
I,
Next time
I
take
won't
him to my
Next time I
heart.
show up at my
I
doctor's
won't care
office,
at
He's
all.
gonna be like, "Hey man, your friend told me that being an author is harder than being a doctor. I literally do brain surgery for a living, and your friend he wrote about a fate worse than Jeff. I don't know what you're doing here, man. Why are you in my office? You know what? I hope you get space cancer. Go away."
Gosh.
this is.
That's not a very nice thing to wish to people, Will.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
He has spoken.
I hope you get space AIDS. How's that?
Better.
Hope you
Thank
acquire
you.
those aids
Yeah,
of
so
space.
better.
Dude.
Okay, now
Okay, so let's
so are we
decide
gonna-
which one was the
we gonna-
best. Calcium
I mean-
removed, revolving doors.
okay.
Well,
in
which
terms
Jeff
of
idea
said I
from
can't
them?
remember.
Like
In
I
terms of
remember.
actual quality, like the revolver door is probably like the best one. In terms of just how much fun we had with it,
Jeff.
I personally think Jeff, that's the fun one.
Either Jeff or
I don't know,
calcium
I
removed.
liked the
I really
idea I
liked-
had with the the Jeff guy.
Yeah,
I liked
Oh,
that
yeah.
one. That was
the
pretty.
man of Jeff, if you will.
Yeah, yeah. You don't.
Are we only gonna do one? I think we should only stick to one for now.
Well, which one do you want to do? Revolving doors?
No, I meant like one Jeff part, not like.
Well, yeah.
Jeff-
I meant
Well,
one
we have
Jeff
to
part.
create. We have to create. If we're doing Jeff, we have to create the entire Jeff multiverse.
No, we're not creating
No.
a council of Jeffs. That's kind of what I'm saying. We only create one.
No, we need the council. You know what?
No,
you
Those
guys
we
know
are
don't
how
two
need a
different
council of Jeffs.
ideas. There are
You guys
multiple
know how
ideas
the-
of Jeff.
we have the.
Yeah,
the
there's a lot of
cactus-
different Jeff ideas, and them all being connected is kind of like wacky.
Yeah, that.
You guys
doesn't
know
a
work.
lot better with them just being.
You know
their
the,
own
the
contained
DJ
things.
Cactus verse or the Cactus verse? We're gonna create the Jeff verse in the SCP Foundation
Why?
because it'd be funny.
For what purpose?
For what purpose?
Okay.
Comedy.
Okay, well, you know what? Since you're the comedy master, you get to begin. What other details do you want added to this thing?
What are the special containment procedures?
For Jeff.
Yeah, for
Yes.
Jeff,
Okay,
the man.
So I think that so Jeff needs to be
Give
two
him peanut
entities.
butter. That's the first.
What are the two entities?
So
He can be
there's
distracted via peanut butter.
the all-seeing Jeff, who's the only one allowed to access the document, because everybody else will just die upon witnessing Jeff.
Oh, that's a different Jeff idea than I was thinking of.
Oh, wait, which Jeff idea were you?
He wants to do. Will wants to do the council. Jackson wants to do one, is what I'm thinking.
No. What I'm thinking is I just want two Jeffs right now, just two. I'm not a very greedy person.
Which two are those?
Yeah.
All-Seeing Jeff and a fate worse than Jeff.
Oh, all right. That works. I guess
Works for me.
we can combine these two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So special containment procedures are different for both. I'm guessing.
Yeah. So I think that a fate worse than Jeff.
Actually, we should do the
He
description
is to be contained. How do we contain a fate worse
first.
than Jeff?
SCP.
Well, okay, so does he spontaneously? Okay.
Well, I think we should
How-
figure out what he does. Or
Is
no, we
Dash
figured out
one
what he
the
does.
all-seeing or the first worse than death one?
I think that the all-seeing is
Dash 2. I don't know.
Yeah,
For the-
Dash 2 because
SCP.
Dash 2 is reactive to Dash 1.
I'm
Well,
gonna do
okay, here-
description first. Can you help me out with that?
Wait. I have one question though, cause
What?
well, never mind.
SCP-6971-1 is
So you can
a
say yeah.
Caucasian male.
Caucasian
Okay.
male.
Well, okay. Wait. We need a picture. We need wait. The picture. Is the picture the guy that we posted on the DC channel?
Asian male. An Asian male.
Asian male.
A
Asian
bald
male.
Asian male.
Is an
Camera.
Asian male. Roughly. How old does that guy look? 43.
He looks about in his 50s, I'd say.
And also give height
53
and give
years of
weight to
age.
make it seem more like serious, you know.
Asian male, roughly 54 years of age. weighing-
And 150 centimeters.
Height 150 centimeters.
That's like 5'1", I think.
It's a short man.
Yeah,
I mean, he's taller
I
than
could
me,
make-
but he's still a short man.
yeah. Jeffs usually are the smallest creatures.
How
So
many
we have
kilos is he? Actually, wait.
how
doesn't
many
matter.
kilos? It does matter.
Also,
we need
he
to
was a
figure-
marketer, right?
How much does Jeff weigh?
Average Asian male weight.
This is a lot more research than I was expecting for
Kilograms.
the Lonnie Jeff SCP.
80 kilograms. Let's say it's 82. He ate a few too many
He's
sandwiches.
Asians don't eat sandwiches, they eat dim sum.
The fuck does that mean, Will?
What? It means they eat dim sum. You sound like you're pretty dim sum, Jackson.
SCP 6971-1 is currently being held at site, and then it'll just be redacted.
Yes,
Oh, I think it's easy. I usually
Make sure
redacted is
make
kept for
sure
like
it-
extra important things, and
make
this
sure
is just
it's-
kind of Jeff. You could just give
make
us
sure it's actually
14.
4 letters so we can assume it's Site Jeff.
assume it's Site Jeff. That's good.
Site
Yeah,
Jeff.
dude, Site Jeff.
Okay, I'll make the redacted
been
4
to-
long.
Yeah. It's just, dude, people on the SCP side are gonna hate this because it's just a funny Jeff SCP. It's a Jeff CP.
Gosh. SCP-6971-1 likes to be called
S-
Jeff.
No. We don't say it likes to be Jeff.
I
It
know.
is Jeff.
Nah,
It is
this
the
is a research
embodiment.
angle. You go like
Yeah, you don't have
prefers
say
to go
is.
or like
Yeah. Okay. Wait. So
Wouldn't
not prefers to
prompt
go though, because I don't think SCP Foundation doesn't usually acquiesce to humanoid anomalies, right? Unless it's like they will literally not
It
cooperate at all.
depends.
Yeah, I guess it's like how.
I don't know. It
often
depends
they're
on
first
it depends
list.
on the
Like,
thing, right? Because
for
like
instance,
a lot
the
of
Cthulhu
SCPs.
guy, they
Like
totally let him do
they'll
whatever the hell he
cooperate. They'll cooperate with 343. Yeah,
They'll
because
no, I mean, because it's okay. Part of that is because there's different eras almost of SCP. So some of them were like these guys really are really cold and do a thing. But like I remember specifically one of the older ones, top 100 is still up, or like the first 100. It's just like some living statue guy they just let off and go hang out. You know, as long as he like was monitored, did a bunch of tests, and they were just like, okay, we
Yeah.
leave you with the caretaker. You can kind of do stuff, or like that one that's like the girl with the Polaroid camera, where they call
Yeah,
her by
no,
her
her.
name. I mean, obviously on
Although-
documentation, but prefers to go by especially if it's just like a person they're talking to, is genuinely or generally just like used.
Yeah.
SCP-6971-1 prefers to be called Jeff by site people. What's it called again?
Just prefers to go by. I don't know. It doesn't really
By
need to.
Jeff.
Yeah. Just yeah.
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 SCP Jeff.
All right, well, let's go into actually what he does now. SCP-6971. It was like he sold people, tried to pitch things to people.
Yeah,
but
he
they
tried to sell
refused.
things to people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've
Okay.
decided that he's not selling. Well,
What?
should he be selling like a random item?
I
don't
think-
know.
He should
I
be
think he
selling
should-
whoever
he
last disagreed with him.
No,
Okay,
I think what he should be selling is a little commemorative pin with his face on it, or like something related to him. Like it doesn't have to be his face because I don't think anybody
And-
would buy that.
What he's
And I
selling
thought,
should be related to whoever disagreed last.
Yeah.
So let's say not a pin, but like a little clay statue of
Alright.
the most recent Jeff victim, or not Jeff
Oh,
victim,
okay.
SCP whatever number we're doing victim.
SCP-6971-1 is an artist who sells statues. Then.
Yeah. I mean,
Jackson,
if
I just thought that when you
We could make this
refuse his
related to
offer,
Army
you turn
Golia.
into Jeff.
No.
But
no,
no,
you
I'm
turn
wrong?
into what he's selling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing when you kill him, I guess, or when you attempt to kill him, I guess.
When you kill him, you become Jeff,
Oh, okay,
not his product.
Yeah.
got it.
And you just get the
Also, if a customer does not directly refuse the product, but instead runs away, should he just be able to run quicker? I don't know.
Then
I
they'll
don't think we should have
probably
it
be
play out the same way.
safe. I don't see why.
I think he'll leave you alone if you don't accept the product. It's when you accept the product that, but it has to be high quality so that people would want to buy it. But it can't be too expensive.
If you don't
so-
refuse, then nothing happens. Like,
Yeah.
As long as you don't refuse, you're kind of fine. If you buy it or if you directly refuse him, then something happens to you.
Well, I don't think it should be directly refused because then then there would be like a mass panic over this,
What?
and it would be
What?
do
It's
you
just
mean?
they're contained. There's not. This isn't like like something that's talked about. It's like he encountered like 6 people, or at most maybe 5 people, right? And then he got contained. Like he's not out walking
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot more.
yeah.
And the rest of this has been conducted on D class. Remember? You just
yeah, okay. So I guess I don't know. I feel like it'd be harder to work around if you directly refuse, then you get Jeffed.
What's
I
better
can't believe I
then?
just used Jeff.
Well, what else could you do? Like that's
Yeah,
like a
like,
Like
pretty
if you
solid
accept
thing.
if you accept the product, like
So
I don't know.
you just get the product and he moves
Yeah,
on.
you just
you
get
know?
the product. I thought that was how this worked.
Oh, I thought
If you
it was
refuse
if you
it,
accept
then-
the product, or if you just if you accept the product and also, or if you refuse, then you get turned into Jeff. I thought it was one or the other happens, not just one happens and then you.
It's kind of leaning somewhere near that, but I don't see why it needs to be. I was just trying to
Well, I mean, okay.
compromise
Here's
with
why I
you.
think it should be if he sells the product, you turn into Jeff. Because if it's not that way,
into
then
Jeff.
if he
What?
sells
I
the
thought we were
product,
talking about people turning into the product. What?
Yeah, we're talking about
Oh,
people trying to product, right?
completely misunderstood.
I
what the
have to
hell-
go
how
to
the hell
dinner.
this worked.
All right.
Yeah,
But-
I also did. I thought it was you turn into Jeff. You become SCP 69 whatever it is -1. I also thought it was that.
Who tries to sell the nearest?
Also, I gotta go eat dinner. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be back. Y'all can finish off the episode without me.
All right.
It's all good.
See ya.
See you, man.
See ya.
See ya,
Don't let
Max.
me down. This better be a good SCP.
Yeah, we'll
You
make
better
this great.
you better paste a text document and send it to me.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll
Alright.
create the entire thing in Microsoft Paint.
See ya.
SCP-6971-1 is an artist who tries to sell the nearest humanoid.
Well-
no, human.
Yeah.
A small.
Specifically an artist, or would it just be a humanoid figure? Because I feel like the SCP Foundation wouldn't use the word artist.
No, that was Space
We're
Case.
referring to. Why
Yeah,
are
that's
you
Space
saying
Case.
this in the context?
I
My
Space Case
lord.
got ripped apart.
thought he'd have more character development.
Why
Dude,
did
what do you?
we
That's,
already
I think
know
pretty
that
sure that's
he's
the
a
first
human
time we've
figure,
seen
Will.
Space Case.
Space Case was in the movie comics. I wish he was more relevant.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the first time we've seen him in this continuity. He got eaten by worms. Look at those worms.
Tries to sell a small stone statue every day.
Yeah. Or
Every
well,
day.
stone or like clay or really any material he can get his hands on. I feel like would be fine.
Wait a fucking second, Luke. You've read the movie comics, but won't sit down and read the new IDW continuity?
Small statue.
Am I getting that right?
I'm not confirming nor denying that.
Oh my god. What?
That was back in like 4th grade.
Every
That's when I had
day
time to actually read.
Why?
a statue has been
Why would you do that?
cited as
I'm sorry. Blame 4th grade me, not
being
current me.
clay, stone, wood, or even what's a wacky one? Ivory.
Wind
sure.
Charger was important in the last, what is it?
I
In
think
the last
ivory
issue.
or bone would be fun.
He fought
Or
Ion
bone,
Storm.
yeah, I like
No,
that.
wait, Nova Storm.
Bone.
Also, oh wait, no, he's mute deaf and stuff. I'm gonna tell him about the new continuity and some of the stuff in it.
If the potential buyer
Yeah, you're allowed to do that. Sorry, Jimmy.
refuses to purchase it,
How much? Okay, so how much will he be charging for this product? Like, how much would it be advertised as? Is what I should ask.
prices vary.
Hmm.
Vary.
Prices vary depending on the material used.
Or the person that he turned.
I think it should just be materials used because I feel like Jeff is a piece of shit who doesn't care about somebody's past story.
But I think it would be cool if it was based on he valued people in his own way.
Jeff is a soulless man.
It's too basic. Come on, man.
You think Jeff cares about the hearts of others?
No, I think the point is that if people are too assholish to him, then he makes them cheaper. I don't think he gives a shit about them.
Okay, yeah, that makes a bit more sense.
This is very, depending on the last, depending on
Depending on the victim.
statue.
Depending.
Well,
Okay,
we
so
haven't
depending
even
on.
mentioned like the victim mechanic thing.
Yeah.
Yet.
Well, hold on. We can use this to segue into it. So we say prices vary depending on the materials used, the and or the attitude of the victims of the victims used, or something about the victims being.
You
turned
could say,
into
I think subject is a better word than victim in
Yeah.
this case.
Yeah, subject.
Depending on the subject used for the statue.
And should the statues have like an anomalous function, or should they just be like regular statues? Other than that, obviously they're statues of random people that Jeff has
the latter.
killed.
The latter,
Okay, so
I
just-
think.
So just like random statues of people that Jeff has
Stolen
funny
the
too.
souls of, or whatever.
he's Jeff the Killed.
Jeff.
I
the
think wait,
Kill.
if the whole thing is a fate worse than Jeff, I feel like it's better if they're just like sentient, like they're fully functional, but it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what's it called? It's like I have a mouth and I must scream or whatever, where it's like
Yeah, I
they're
have a
just
mouth,
fully
yeah.
conscious in a fucking little statue and they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Bro,
Oh,
dude, that's the
damn.
freaking what's it called? That's like a short film I watched the other day.
I don't know if we could actually like get that across in the actual thing, but we could give the illusion that
What we
like
could do is
tests are
have
unsure if
what we
the
could- okay,
if,
no.
what is it?
No. What we could do
What?
is have Jeff subtly give hints that they're still sentient somehow. Like him speaking about their souls or something. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, we could have like an interview with Jeff.
Yeah, I think an interview with this is turning into like a professional thing, and we're calling him Jeff, and that's very cursed.
That's funny
But-
though. All right. Prices vary depending on the subjects used for the statue and the materials or the materials.
Eh.
The materials used. If the recipient, if the client, if the if the subject refuses to purchase,
Or maybe like verbally refuses instead of just like them walking away. Because there should be a way for them to get out. Like I feel like there's always got to be a way out.
a lot of SCPs don't have a way out.
Well, I know, but like it's nice to give that illusion for Jeff at the very least.
For Jeff. All right. If the subject verbally refuses to purchase the statue, then
Oh wait, we should also like Jeff should be able to speak like different languages, or does he just like show them the statue and the price and just be like, "My name is Jeff," and then leave?
yeah,
I
he'll
think it-
speak
I think-
different languages, I guess.
I think it might be better if he just like spoke, and no matter like he just could be understood. It doesn't have to necessarily speak other language to require more knowledge. He just speaks in baseline English, but anyone that hears him can understand what he's saying.
All right. Okay,
Yeah, I
let's
guess
say,
that makes sense. I like that.
the statue prices vary depending on materials used. Jeff's offers are made in an unrecognizable language, not unrecognizable, in a language unknown to the Foundation, but one that everyone can understand, or something like that.
Well, not. Oh yeah, I guess. Obviously, a little bit more scientific wording. But, like
Yeah.
a language that, while not known to the Foundation, can be comprehended by everybody, regardless of previous
Yeah.
linguistic abilities.
Yeah, you could say have an unknown language with I don't know. I feel like yeah, I don't know. Just it doesn't have to be like super complicated, but it can just be like an unknown language that
Yeah.
has the knowledge probably to be able to be understood by everyone that hears it or something like that.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
If the subject
Then-
verbally refuses, then
Subject verbally refuses, then Jeff kills them.
then they disappear and then they disappear and are replaced with a small statue.
Oh wait, where does he get the materials from?
Doesn't really matter. He's just turning people into
He's turning
statues.
the people themselves into the
Well,
statue.
we've previously mentioned that he uses materials to make them.
It's
Maybe
an
just change it to
anomaly,
be
Will.
yeah. It could just be like a material. Maybe it'd be like it's
Well,
not like
it
he's
still
use them.
helps
It
to
just
like
makes them.
mention that sort of thing.
Nah, but like it's not like for some things, yeah, but like he's literally just turning them into statues, right? Like it's not there's not a lot you can
Yeah.
do with that. You can't just be like if they disappear and replaced by a statue. It's not like he's like carving up the person or something. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
He's kind of well, it's a statue.
Disappear, and in a certain amount of time, or replace the statue. They'd give exact numbers, and reappear
Yeah.
as a statue.
As a statue.
As a statue.
You know, what we could do is have their attitude reflect the kind of material they're made out of.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
that too.
Like if they act like complete shit to him, then he makes them into clay or like a very invaluable material. If they're nice to him, he makes them into ivory. And if they're just kind of like they say like, yeah, I'll take a statue, then they get turned into stone. He has a neutral response to them.
subjects that refuse in a more hostile manner are turned into what? Are usually turned into what would be a good material for that?
Clay or like uh
Well, kind of reflect.
yeah, clay's a good one. That's what's a cheap material? I was about to say polyester, and then I realized it's a cloth. That wouldn't work.
Plastic. Just
Oh yeah, plaster would work.
plastic. To plaster. Plastic.
What's a
Plastic.
cheap? I'm gonna look up a cheap statue material.
Yeah.
Cheap sculpting mat.
Cheap limestone. Clay's cheap. Paper mache.
Paper mache.
Paper mache. Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
That's good.
If you just give him the finger, then he turns you into a paper mache man.
Imagine slowly dissolving as a paper mache statue.
I feel like
Be
what we do is we
horrifying.
say have various qualities of the thing, but instead of specifying what he's been turned into, that's like a test log type thing.
Yeah,
Would
alright,
be
alright.
much more
Yeah,
accurate,
yeah,
like
that
paper
actually that'd
mache. Yeah.
Subjects
be
that
an interesting-
refuse.
in a
Are
hostile manner are turned into a
turned-
less valuable or cheaper material. Subjects that just generally refuse are turned to a material.
Refuse of various materials based on what fashion? Based on how they refused.
Yeah. And then you say like if they yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Here's the question is okay. I have this thought: if a lot of it's on D class, what is he asking to be paid in? Just money? Something else? You would think.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Depends where he came from.
I mean, I guess the foundation could spare like $20 to get a statue.
That's true.
I mean,
Like,
what
they
can
have a
even do
pretty
US
big
But
money?
you want money? Yeah, I'm thinking
what type
about
of
it.
money,
Yeah.
though?
What kind of
you should do
whatever-
peanut
okay, okay.
butter.
what he could do is whatever currency the subject considers valuable.
Jeez, this
But
is
yeah,
getting
but it considers
really
valuable.
deep.
But like, it's like what actually is possessed. You know, is he gonna ask a D class with like a couple pennies on him? Be like, yo,
Well,
he's not
how
gonna ask
about
for like 2
we
pennies. You know.
how we build
Yeah.
like how we said that the
Well,
prices
no.
vary on the subject used for the statue. What if the currency does as well?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Maybe.
like
Okay.
if he turns an American man into money or into a statue, then he wants American dollars. If he turns a Filipino man into a statue, then he wants Filipino dollars. Like
Is it actually dollars for Filipino?
I don't know. They probably call it like, well, actually no, they're an American province or
No, they're
something like
not.
that. They're like a colony of America right now, aren't they? The
No.
Philippines?
Fin-
No, they're their own
That's
country.
not how it works.
I think
thought
we
they
might
were
have liberated them in a war, but I don't
Yeah,
think
we
Yeah.
did, and then we like committed
No, it's
war
a
crimes
peso.
over there. We like committed war crimes in the Philippines and
It's a peso or PESO. Peso.
pesos.
All right. Based on how they refused. I
A
think
lot of
that's about
dollars.
it.
Yeah.
The Canadian dollar is 80 cents.
Oh, what about if the subject accepts, then they are then SCP 6971-1.
I think we can actually remove the all-seeing Jeff from this because he doesn't really add much to the.
Yeah, he doesn't. And
Yeah, so the all-seeing
subject
Jeff has been reduced to but a footnote
here.
in the Jeff CP universe.
And our
Alright. I think we should we can continue this another time, but we're starting to sound a little tired.
New Jeff. Yeah, all right. We're past the time. This concludes Late
This
Night VC
concludes
podcast.
this episode of the Late Night VC podcast. If you enjoyed, then you're a fool and an imbecile, and we don't respect you.
Yep. Bye.